Cubanacan Tourism and Trade Corporation and Fantastico Tours welcome you to Cuba and Varadero, and thank you for choosing Cuba and Cubanacan Hotels and Resorts as your home away from home. Cubanacan Hotels offer you the finest in luxury and comfort and maintains elite properties in some of the choicest real estate in the country. While in the subtropical paradise of Cuba, the experience and knowledge of your Cubanacan tour guide will show you how you can take advantage of a whole range of activities, from deep-sea fishing and diving to skydiving and parachuting, and yes, even bird watching along the many nature trails and ecological preserves, parks, and other optional tours. Cuba is a lot more than just the sun, sand, and blue waters of Varadero. Optional tours to some of the fantastic destinations will allow you to experience all the sights and sounds that Cuba has to offer. In addition to your Varadero optional tours, Cubanacan's Fantastico Travel Agency can arrange excursions or extended vacations to nearby Havana, Santiago de Cuba, Cayo Largo, Cienfuegos, Santa Lucia, Guardalavaca, and the beautiful city of Trinidad. Or set up vacations to the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Mexico, and the Bahamas. Your Cubanacan Hotel Tour Desk will be pleased to provide you with all you need to make your vacation a total travel experience and an exotic adventure getaway. So sit back, relax, and choose your tour in the convenience of your room. Cardenas and Varadero City Tour. A visit to Cardenas, the city closest to Varadero, is only 10 minutes away. Also known as the Flag City, Cardenas boasts innumerable traditions and customs. For this is the city of bicycles and horse-drawn carriages. Make a point to visit the cathedral and the House of Crafts. On return to Varadero, take a tour of the peninsula, hotels, and other facilities such as Marina Chapelin, open year-round, offering gourmet food and marina services. Against the never-ending blue of the sea, the Hossoni Park is ideal for a walk under the shady trees, along the banks of a peaceful lake, mingling with peacocks, ducks, and other bird life. 4 restaurants offering international cuisine, and another specializing in Cuban dishes is the Hossoni Park, where you will end your excursion with a cocktail. Bellamar Cave, the geological wonder of Cuba. Just a 45-minute drive from Varadero is the geological wonder known as the Bellamar Caves. Discovered in 1861, the Bellamar Caves, whose limestone beauty first opened to the public 1 year later, has been attracting tourists ever since. The mystery and subterranean power of these limestone caves continues for more than 3,000 meters. While it takes only 45 minutes to explore the caves themselves, it took more than 100 years to create just 1 inch of the cave formations known as stalactites and stalagmites. Here, you can witness the remains of a prehistoric seabed, and these shells embedded in the cave walls are evidence of that. At the Bellamar Caves, you touch geologic history and can make it sing. The Bellamar Caves are open year-round, from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Remember, with Cubanacan Hotels and Resorts and Fantastico Tours, a Caribbean smile is our welcome. The Cubanica and Fantastico Tour Desk at your hotel will provide you with all your vacation needs to make your travel experience a truly exotic adventure getaway. So sit back, relax, as our optional tours of Cuba and the surrounding regions unfold. Guama Bay of Pigs, Cayano Village, Crocodile Farm, and Playa Larga. A 1-hour scenic drive from Varadero will take you to the Matanza district, home of the Crocodile Farm, the Taino Indian Village, and the Guamo Bay of Pigs. A longtime favorite event for tourists, the Crocodile Farm is a natural preserve, allowing visitors to really get to know an animal species that has basically remained unchanged for millions of years. The mystique of the ancient menace of the crocodile has always fascinated, and here it's face-to-face and very personal. No Cuban experience would be complete without fresh coconut and orange juice at a nearby restaurant, where there's always a festive atmosphere. Here, your lunch is included in your tour and can be served inside or out, with Mother Nature as your backdrop. Of course, when visiting the crocodiles, you must remember your manners. No littering. A crocodile is one animal with whom you don't want to leave a bad impression. The Cuban interior offers the visitor a subtropical paradise that sometimes is best experienced by boat. Just a 30-minute boat ride from the Crocodile Farm will take you back in time to a replica of an early Taino Indian village. This is how the indigenous people of Cuba lived hundreds of years before the arrival of Columbus in 1492. Many of the thatched grass and wood constructions are joined by a complex series of bridges, allowing for a truly integrated village system. These replica huts are often rented by fishing enthusiasts who like to appreciate the relaxed lifestyle of Cuba's first inhabitants. In terms of modern history, Cuba's sense of self-identity and pride is no less apparent. Here you will enjoy a full view of the bay and a marvelous beach where you can take a 45-minute dip in the blue waters of the Caribbean Sea. Your Fantastico Tour Desk at your hotel has all the details. Beauties of Pinar. Cuba's national pride of nature and the creation of rum and cigars is the focus of our next optional tour. Away from the big cities and beaches, you will discover the true Cuban heartland and the warmth and friendliness of her people. 120 kilometers from Havana, at the Casa del Campesino, you can stop by and see the creation of local crafts, sample sugarcane juice, have a fresh rolled Cuban cigar, and wonder at a lifestyle free from pollution, traffic jams, and urban life. Yes, this is the real rustic Cuba, where Cuban homes are nestled in some of the most picturesque countryside in all the world. The nearby cigar factory at Pinar del Rio is also a must-see. All the best Cuban brands are still hand-rolled, the way Cubans like it. Pinar del Rio also boasts fine ebony craftsmanship, and here you can have your tourist gift custom-made. While it could be argued that Cuba's people are its best natural resource, the sheer size and beauty of Cuba makes it an unparalleled Caribbean destination. No other island in the Caribbean can boast of the topographical variety that Cuba does. Right here in Vinales, the sharp, jagged, green-capped mountains in the background can only be compared with those found in Guilin, China. And in the midst of this beauty, local villages will always ensure a festive atmosphere.
Estoy tan enamorado de la negra Tomasa, Tomasa, que cuando se va de casa, qué triste me pongo si por la negra Tomasa. Estoy tan enamorado de la negra Tomasa, que cuando se va de casa, qué triste me pongo. Ay, 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 esa negra linda cámara que me echó bilongo. Esa negra santa cámara que me echó bilongo. Kikiribu, mandinga, kikiribu, mandinga, kikiribu, 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 mandinga, kikiribu, mandinga, kikiribu, mandinga, que a mí me gusta, que a mí me gusta, la café que ya me cuela, mandinga, kikiribu, mandinga, me gusta la delicia que prepara kikiribu, mandinga, kikiribu, mandinga, ay, 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 mandinga.
The complexity of the Cuban landscape means there are always pleasant surprises along the way. The Indian caves in Vinales, for example, allow visitors a romantic boat ride through a subterranean waterway. Your Fantastico tour desk at your hotel has all the details. Cayo Coco, a virgin paradise. The beautiful island of Cayo Coco lies at the very tip of a string of keys on Cuba's north coast. Cayo Coco combines Cuba's rich historical past and natural beauty with an ocean's treasure of coral and fish. The white coca bird is just one of the many exotic birds that live on the island. With 23 kilometers of pristine beaches that stretch as far as the eye can see, it's an ideal paradise for anyone who wants a peaceful retreat. Cayo Coco is also the center of an extraordinary holiday resort, the Guitart Cayo Coco Hotel, a Spanish colonial marvel of over 450 rooms. Here, you can play a game of tennis, explore the island by jeep or moped, and see the island's pink flamingos at close range, partake in scuba diving, or go horseback riding. There are 4 excursions that Cubanican Fantastico offers, ranging from 1 day 3 days, 6 days, and 8 days. Oh, and please remember to check with your Cubanacan Fantastico tour desk for all the details. Colonial Santiago, capital of the Caribbean. Protected by the sheltering effects of an offshore reef, Santiago de Cuba was Cuba's first capital city, which ultimately relinquished the title to Havana in 1533. Santiago de Cuba has been called the Hero City, as it was the historic cradle of Cuba's independence. It has also been called the Carnival City for the wealth of dance and music festival for which it plays host. Steeped in history as well as national pride, Santiago de Cuba's 350,000 people are securely nestled in a picturesque valley by the coast. The governor's house is a Moorish-style building, actually one of the oldest homes in Cuba, built in 1516. Nearby, Morro Castle has been guarding the approaches to the city since 1710. While the city's main thoroughfare lets you feel the pulse of the place, a night outing to the nearby Tropicana Cabaret really lets you feel the rhythm of the new and the old, all in one cabaret show. The color, the style, the gala shows, and the guest artists create a cultural collage of Afro-Cuban influences and Spanish flavoring that only Cuba can serve up. The result? Musically delicious. Your Fantastico tour desk at your hotel has all the details. Havana Special with Tropicana. Havana, a city of amazing contrasts. Astonishing architectural beauty is married to a cultural mosaic and a unique blend of history and modern times. Early colonial roots and old family antiques are side by side with the new city along cobbled Malecon Avenue, washed by the waters of the Straits of Florida. No visit to Havana would be complete without a visit to the world-famous Tropicana Cabaret Show. At the Tropicana, there's always a carnival atmosphere. It's in the music, it's in the color, it's in the dance. Historic Havana. Havana's impressive neoclassical cathedral and great theater bestride a city filled with color and sun-splashed opulence. Yet, American writer Ernest Hemingway's favorite haunt can be just as affecting with its simplicity of spirit. As with most great Cuban cities, an impressive fort guards the way, a sign of the military legacy of earlier times. Morro Castle, as it is called, is on public display. While in Havana, you may also want to check out the former presidential palace, now known as the Museum of the Revolution. Trinidad, jewel of the Caribbean. Declared a World Heritage Site by the United Nations, Trinidad, Cuba is one of the oldest European cities in the Americas. Sheltered in the foothills of the Escambra Mountains, Trinidad's cobblestone streets and colonial buildings make it a truly gorgeous place to photograph. Here you can see the sugarcane growing in the valleys as far as the horizon. Make a point to visit several museums, such as the archaeological, romantic, and the Museum of Trinitarian Architecture. A place to stop for refreshments in Trinidad is La Canchanchara, named for the local drink which is served there. When taking in the sights, you will want to visit the ceramic and the cigar factories. Cienfuegos, Pearl of the South. Cienfuegos has been called the Pearl of the South, and it's no wonder. Here, history is in the air. The colonial character of Cienfuegos was established by the French settlers from Bordeaux, who founded it. So don't be surprised to find Creole food amidst the traditional Afro-Cuban heritage. When in Cienfuegos, you have to begin with a boat ride in its bay, whose life and luminosity reign over the city. A narrow, winding channel leads into this shell-shaped body of water dotted with keys and islets. 16 kilometers east of Cienfuegos, on the road to Trinidad, is the botanical garden started by Harvard University. And while a city tour will take you to such marvels as the Palacio del Val, don't forget there's always a nearby Cuban farmers' party to partake in. In Cienfuegos, horseback riding and water sports are a must. So take in all you can. Your Fantastico tour desk has all the details. Cayo Largo. Cayo Largo is one of Cuba's most beautiful islands. It's been called scuba heaven for divers as a result of the rich array of reefs and inlets that surround the island. Noted for its world-famous beach, there is also a sanctuary for iguanas that will satisfy even the most ardent nature lover. Jamaica, Montego Bay. The third largest of the Caribbean islands and the largest English-speaking island in the Caribbean is Jamaica. Montego Bay makes a wonderful stop by virtue of the turquoise setting for this shopper's paradise.
One of the most popular and certainly one of the most famous spots in all Jamaica, right here at Ocho Rios, Dunn's River Falls. A visit to Jamaica would not be complete without at least one breathtaking look at this lovely spot.
Mexico, Cancun. From a quiet fishing village to a world-renowned hotspot, Cancun on Mexico's Yucatán Peninsula is easily accessible as an optional tour. Vast beaches of talcum soft sand adorn a throbbing nightlife culture. By day, you can awash in the history of early Mayan culture by visiting the nearby ruins of one of the oldest civilizations in the Western Hemisphere. Cancun, Mexico has something for everyone. It is easy to understand why Cancun was once a vacation retreat for Mayan kings. It has now become one of the most popular resorts in all of Mexico because it offers the value and history of Mexico along with the perfect climate and soft sandy beaches. This sparkling new resort stretches languorously across a quarter-mile wide and a 14-mile long L-shaped island and is the sun worshippers' dream come true. Cancun is located in the Yucatán Peninsula on Mexico's east coast and was not long ago a small fishing village. Nightlife in Cancun features either modern or mariachi music. Dominican Republic, Puerto Plata. The Dominican Republic occupies the eastern two-thirds of Hispaniola, one of the Caribbean's most beautiful islands. Easily accessible from Cuba as an optional tour, Puerto Plata, the North Coast's largest city, is a striking mixture of mountains, old fortresses, and Victorian architecture. A half-hour's drive from Puerto Plata is the charming, slower-paced village of Sosua. Narrow street and quaint Spanish houses lie on one side of the cove, while on the other, shops and bright cafes adorn the new Sosua. Punta Cana, on the island's easternmost tip, has some of the Caribbean's most beautiful beaches. Nassau in the Bahamas. World-class casinos, nightlife that rivals Las Vegas or the Tropicana Cabaret, excellent cuisine, terrific shopping, golf, tennis, water sports, and fascinating history. All this on a tiny 11 by 35 kilometer island surrounded by crystal clear waters and fine sandy beaches. Now, add beautiful sunny days and British colonial architecture, and what do you have? Nassau. Nassau is the capital and only city on the island of New Providence, which is just one of the hundreds of islands comprising the Bahamas. Cubanican and Fantastico Tours offers a charter flight to Nassau for every conceivable vacationer. The reason for the popularity of this destination is the combination of crystal clear water, golf, casino, shopping, and gourmet restaurants. The entertainment and nightlife can glitter till dawn. Fantastico Tours and Cubanican Tourism and Trade Corporation Tour Desk at your hotel will make your dreams come true. For everything from restaurants to hotel reservations, car rental, or a discovery of new places, exciting optional tours, we can tailor-make your dream vacation. We are only a phone call away from the convenience of your room. We provide visitors with a service network nationally and internationally. Fantastico Tours provides you with professional guides who speak the language requested by the client, air-conditioned buses, first-class restaurants with drinks included, and children under 2 can join their parents free of charge. Children ages 2 to 12 will receive a 25% discount on all our tours. And remember, a Caribbean smile is our welcome. Stay tuned as we shall continue our presentation of more optional tours from Varadero.
I was selling pineapple, so I have this in my mind. I almost say pineapple. It's in the family, but we make ropes and cords with the fibers and all. The other day, somebody from the Bay of Matanzas, and it's the only one that is clean. Places that were pre-Columbian Indians, and they found on caves along the river inscriptions written in the Celtic alphabet, dating from years before Mr. Columbus arrived to Cuba. Last December, they found the skeleton of a person of Negroid origin. These people have been eaten by cannibals. And in our books, history, that's why the sea is named after the Caribes. And, in fact, there were cannibals. Iron Bridge in Cuba, 1899. They say it's safe. Can we trust them? It's probably safe for the new ones. Remember no. So the old buildings stood, and the buildings came down. is the plaza in which the city started going. 1693, fire station and a police station here to the left. And to the left, art galleries, courtroom city. That's a rich color building there on the corner. And then here is the theater, I think.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of adrenaline going down there. That's the down.
Even the road is down.
The road and the roads. They were supposed to go to place. As the sun goes, the castle came on the party was over. Welcome to San Cristobal de La Habana, a city that is 478 its here in the city. Not many cities in the world can say was formerly a private home of a single family, 5 stories, and very neat. Now to your right, you're going to have the former presidential palace. The presidential palace was built in 1920 and in 1956 and started the guerrilla wars. And a date like today, they had their first battle, and only 13 survived. Adolf Hitler. He had been our president once through elections. In 1952, we were. That's a good place where we are now. Picture in the area was built during the first years of the century by Spanish families who wanted to show off the fact that they had a lot of Cuban families fighting for the independence of Cuba, and how they gave their position in the government, etc. So they, through architecture, they just showed off. And that Central Park, it is our suckers for movies. Pardon my French. And they make long lines for movies. And the International Movie Festival Havana, it's a big cultural event in the city. Havana was declared this year cultural capital of the Hispanic world. And there's always something going on. And every December, you get the International Movie House. Very nice inside. Very happy because I'm Cuban. Was invited to the Oscar ceremonies in 1994. He didn't get the visas from the U.S. government, so they couldn't get in. The works of the last year. This Capitol building, by the way, our #1 housing, although they don't have the homeless, and you get a lot of eroticism. Depending on who's behind you. Old building will be a 4-star hotel. too bad here. All this work of renovation, it's creating a lot of job opportunities for people in the city. There is a promenade for pedestrians, a drive through what's considered the worst section of the city. Made for cooking. They have problems with probably highest rate of divorce. They have worse social problems. They have problems with problems. This area was built during the Havana. They're changing the face of the neighborhood of Havana. That's the main entrance. The objective of a staircase is when students get to the top, they're so tired that they behave properly. The trick never work. Well, directors in general, movie makers, they are always very satisfied with the Cuban audience. The most famous president of Cuba was Miguel Gomez. He made it to himself. He hired an Italian sculptor to do this for him. The children's hospital on the renovation on the other side, Art Deco style. The building with the towers is a Ministry of Communications.
See, John, that 3 years is just completion.
Good stuff.
In Canada, this also, there are also light communities. Well, and Julie, there are different sizes, and these are the petit coronas.
Go away. That's my
Breaking these cigars. They stop those cigars. They get the number. Yeah, they do not break.
They're this small.
I brought He worked by himself. And that was 125 years ago. He's buried somewhere. This is the oldest section of the cemetery, also for the wealthiest families, and some important figures in history, politics, whatever. They're buried along this avenue. The cemetery has now over 800,000 tombs. Water, whatever. The thing is, traditionally, the family buys a plot of land. They make whatever they can and whatever they want at one time. The cemetery turned out to be a place to show off who you were in society. The families contributed to be something bigger, better, more extravagant, whatever. And they buy the plot of land. It's Gonzalo de Quesada. Generation to generation. But the thing, birth, Cuban by birth. Really happening. It's like an honor. This was the first. The second time around here. It's something that is very popular now all over the world. Can you guess? She said condom? No. Daiquiri. Oh yeah, but nobody does this. On the medallions, the faces. always travel from Europe and have only one protection in Camagüey. So, because you know, Robert went to Cayman. What do you see in the doors? Two angels. What are they doing?
I don't think I want in.
Do they have religious burials? December 1946, they decided the foundation of Las Vegas in this hotel. The opening of the Flamingo Hotel, and Frank Sinatra was in the city, and he sang at the meeting. He says that it was just a coincidence. Speaking in the area, it's very nice buildings, but they are most of them how far they can get. Has forecasted the worst flood in the last 50 years this month. Hitchhikes. There are just a few who are, you know, what? See? Happy. But the other side of the bay is the Jesus Christ of Havana. To your right now, the oldest fort in the Americas, 1554. Mulata!
Good afternoon. Coming. No puedo, está muy...
Do it again, Judy. Do it again. Here, wait now. Okay, all right.
Espérate que no se filma. Oye, espérate.
Okay.
Where's the bar?
Smile for the camera.